Welcome back, everybody, to the channel. This is Jake with PackMan Sports, and this time I'm going to switch things up a little bit and go with a Detroit Red Wings video for those that have subscribed to the channel. Hopefully, maybe some of you who are interested in being able to watch some of my Detroit Red Wings videos. Well, this one is for you. This one is on my Detroit Red Wings projected lines here. The guys that are going to make the 23-man roster and guys that are not going to make the 23 and will likely be on the Grand Rapids Griffins. So the main focus of this topic right here is going to be my projections for those those four-man lines here. Starting with the first line, I have Jakub Vrana going to the top here at the very first line here at the left wing. Larkin, Bertuzzi, not a surprise here that they are going to be up there on the first line. And then for left defenseman, I really was a little bit torn between Nick Leddy and Mark Stahl, because I really think that either one of those two could easily be flipped to be able to start at the left defenseman. And then Filip Hronek. There's a lot of great things about Filip. He is a really underrated player in my opinion. The goaltender, that one is probably, I would say that the upper hand is going to Alex Nedeljkovic. I think that he probably has a lot of potential to be a really great goaltender here for the Red Wings, as Thomas Greiss has been somewhat inconsistent for us ever since we got him. I think that there's going to be a pretty good rotation between Alex and Thomas to be able to get something going here. And after we traded away Jonathan Bernier, who had an outstanding season for us, I think that Alex is probably going to resume his spot and be able to take over in that capacity. The second line here, I'm going to go with Robbie Fabry. Pia Suter, our newcomer, is probably going to be the second line center, with the promising young talent of Filip Zadina at right wing. And then for defensemen, this one could easily be flipped here with our third line is Mark Stahl and Troy Stecher. I think I really like the tandem of Mark Stahl and Troy Stecher together. For some reason, that's just how I see things. It could, like I said, it could easily be different, or I could see Mark Stahl and Troy Stecher possibly being on the third line. It's also possible that Mark could also be that first line defenseman pairing with Filip Hronek. I've seen some cases where there have been some people that have projected him to be on the first line with Filip, and Nick was projected to be on the second. But I think that since we're going to be paying Nick so much money, he has a $5 million cap hit, I think that we probably traded him to start him, but that's just my opinion. And here we go to the third line here. I just want to be able to go down here to get a little bit more of a vision here. And the third line will probably be Vlad Nemestikov, Michael Rasmussen, and Adam Ernie at right wing. Ernie is very much somebody that could possibly start on the second line too. Adam really has a lot of potential, and I really like for him to be able to play really any position at the forward. And then for the third line, I'm going to go with Danny DeKeyser and Moritz Seider, our promising young German defenseman who was playing last year for a Swedish league, and he was on loan because of the COVID situation. I think Moritz Seider is going to be able to make this 23-man roster, and he's going to be on the third line to start things out, just to get his feet wet and just gain some experience. So I think it's going to be quite a bit of a jump going from the Swedish league to being a premier player on Detroit. I think Moritz is going to start out probably on the third line and work his way up from there on out. Otherwise, I love what Moritz Seider can bring to the table as a young defenseman, and probably being able to pair him with maybe a veteran defenseman is a possibility in the future. But I really do like the pairing with maybe him with Danny. I think Danny's the type of guy that will take him and put him under his wing. Not that the other guys won't, but I just think that Danny and Moritz could work pretty well together. But that's just what I'm thinking right now at this juncture. And here at the fourth line, we got the trio of Giovanni Smith, Joe Veleno, and Sam Gagner. I really get the good feeling about Joe Veleno. I think he's got a really good shot to be able to make the roster. I know that he's on the bubble right now, as is Giovanni and Sam. I think these three are probably going to make a pretty good line together. So I think that's why I'm going to go with these three. And the healthy scratches here to fill out for the 23-man roster here are Gus Lindstrom, Jordan Osterley, which we signed in free agency for a few months ago. And the right wing is, I think might have a good. This guy has a really good chance. I think it's going to be Luke Witkowski. He also has some versatility. He can play defense too, so that's kind of why I think That's why I think I'm going to go with him for now. There's a possibility of that being Lucas Raymond, our first round pick from last year. Don't be surprised if it's going to be Lucas. I think he has a really, really good chance to be able to make this roster. And then here is the list of guys that will likely be Grand Rapids Griffins. Here is the main list here, and I think Lucas Raymond, since he did sign with an entry-level contract, I think we may start him out at right wing as a Grand Rapids Griffin, but then work his way up, I believe, to being a Detroit Red Wing at some point in the season. I can't say I know when. There's always going to be injuries and things like that, so we may see Lucas at some point in the season. I can't say I know when. I just think that experience is going to be something with Lucas at this very point. So it's where I see him as a Grand Rapids Griffin to start out, and then we'll see how it goes from there. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Red Wings fans, I'd like to be able to get your input on this, and subscribe to the channel if you're a Red Wings fan, and if you are absolutely brand new to this channel, I would love to have you come in and join PackMan Sports, even though I'm primarily a Green Bay Packers fan. But it would be great to be able to get some more Detroit Red Wings content out for those of us that are Red Wings fans. You can see there I got a Detroit Red Wings jersey there in the back, Jonathan Bernier jersey, one of my favorite goaltenders of the past several years. And with that, I will catch you guys later for another video. Until next time, go Pack Go, and go Detroit Red Wings.